Hello guys, welcome back to the another live stream of Genshin Impact. Let's go. Okay, let's check this out guys. वैसे मैं आई एक्ट 4 वाली जो है क्या है आर्कोन क्वेस्ट मैं आधा अधूरा कर ली उधर। बहुत बुरा लग रहा है। एक तो आधे में वो बीच में पहले बीच में लाइक हम लीव अभी बीच में नहीं कंटिन्यू होता रहता है। अरे यार वही क्या ही बताओ। Okay guys, let's go. चलो हम कंटिन्यू करते अनफिनिश करते उसके बाद हम मिलियास्ट्रा वंडरलैंड को चेक करते हैं।
This is a thorough plan, but I do have one last question before we take action. How can we be sure that our enemy won't leave the designated area?
Great question. Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rarer and the Wild Hunt's behavioral patterns. His conclusions are as follows.
भाई इधर देखो भाई इधर 3 लोग इधर 2 लोग इधर बीच में गए अब क्यों है एंड इधर 3 लोग खड़े हैं और डोरी तो ऐसे खड़ी है कि बॉडीगार्ड जैसे खड़ी है वो भी एंड लाइक हाथ को पूरा ये करके।
Firstly, from the earliest known confrontation until now, Rarer has never displayed any ability to manipulate the dimension of space. So it's unlikely he has any power in that domain. Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta against our group. If we put him in a fight-or-flight situation, he'll choose to fight every time. Thirdly, finally, and most importantly, he is consumed by hatred, both for the moon and for his enemies. Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private memories without permission. He'll be baying for blood, not looking to escape.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the Wild Hunt, those all seem like valid observations to me.
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the group.
Well, everyone, that's the plan in full detail. Albedo and Durin are carrying out their part as we speak.
Plan approved. Scheduling.
Okay, any firepower you need, I got you covered. Let's light this baby out.
The Frost Moon Scions are behind you as well.
And the rest of you? No objections? All right, then it's settled. This is the plan we're going with. Next up, an old tradition of mine. Anyone who wants to back out, now's your chance.
Wait, we can still back out of the...
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want anyone feeling trapped because their mouth said yes before their brain had time to think things through.
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of Favonius.
Who'd you hear it from? D-Luke?
Shh. We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank you.
This plan can only work if everyone does their part. Flint's and I will absolutely...
We shall indeed. You'll be glad you accepted our help. Also, you are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. My peers usually call me Lord Sangamabe. So, the longer your name, the higher your net worth. In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right, I know your full name. It's...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay, fine. I'm actually only here as a favor for someone else. Do you have any idea how much it would cost to hire me otherwise? Oh, does this mean someone out there actually has the power to boss Dory around? It most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and mutually beneficial business partnership. She's actually the mom of a friend of yours. Said mom supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now, my whole business in Notcry is gonna go down the drain.
I understood who is
So what exactly
Click
is so
mother.
special about this pendant?
Miss
It's a lucky
Alice.
charm that a great mage made for me. We have a business
समझ
relationship,
गई
and
मैं.
she was worried that something bad might happen to me. So, she wanted me to have something that can store power to protect myself with. I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then never went and used it all up at once. Never lost so big in my life.
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean to drain all the Kuvaki in the pendant, but I'll make it up to you.
You will? Well, in that case, how about you?
I knew you'd say that. Well, it's yours if you want it. In fact, take it now, and I'll even throw in a free Raker of Solnari.
You're putting me in a difficult position here.
It's a very useful thing to have around, but I have a funny feeling it won't be around much longer. I guess we'll see in a couple of days.
Looks like bankruptcy for...
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know. You might find a new business opportunity on the other side.
ये भी सही है यार. ओके. हम ऑटोमेटिक बाहर आ गए क्या? लॉल.
Dory! How are things going? Feeling ready? Oh, I was born ready. We only have 2 days. You think Lord Sangama Bay would let an opportunity like this slip by?
अरे यार डोरी भाई डोरी.
Don't forget, when something's in high demand, the people with the goods on hand get to charge the highest price of all. Even higher than the sellers taking advance or... Ta-da! See? It's right here.
अब ये क्या है?
Ah, it's so pretty. Did you make it? No, I have a supplier. We go way back, so he made me a very attractive offer. Aha! No wonder you were talking about lucky charms at the meeting. You've been getting Kave to make them for you. That's not the full story. It actually started a while back as a project between me and the Dendro. Mage Alice once warned me that this world won't stay safe forever. There may come a day when everyone faces a great... I passed this on to the Dendro Archon, and she secretly brought together a research team made up of Sumeru's top scholars to invent a technology that could keep people safe. I won't go into the details because it's all very complicated, but if you want to know more, you can ask the Dendro Archon about it sometime. Anyway, point being, it was the Dendro Archon who asked Kave to build this little contraption. As one of the top Kasharu War talents, he was the obvious choice. Took him long enough. He stressed over it for ages. Must have gone through at least a dozen designs before producing a final product. But Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kave. Could I ask why I'm sending this technology to you? And what's your proposed use case? Has it been approved by the relevant authorities?
Oops.
So nosy. My fault for sending him the research permit to begin with.
Surely Nahida must have told him you were involved in this project. He was probably just nervous because you're always so secretive about your business.
Could be, could be. Anyway, I just replied, let's hope there never has to be a use case. Because it would involve grave...
Fair enough. but it sounds like he was just being cautious. He probably felt responsible as the one who made it.
Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's done that before. Not sure why, though. His housemate doesn't seem to really care that much about this kind of stuff.
Alay
Either
tuh.
way, all's well that ends well. I'm just glad to finally have my hands on the product. I wouldn't want to be without it, given the potential dangers that lie ahead. Huh? What does that look mean?
Paimon's just super surprised. This must be the first time we've ever seen you actually get serious about something.
Well, a long time ago, I made a promise to myself. I promised that I was gonna live every day of my life with a big beaming smile. Obviously, Mora plays a big part in that. There are always gonna be times in life when you have to give something back. That could mean paying back a debt, returning a favor, or... Alice has been a huge help to me over the years. She was the first investor I ever had. And I want my investors to know that Lord Sangamabe is the best in the business. And more than that, no one knows what the future will bring. Whatever happens, I want to make sure the Dendro Archon and all of Sumeru is prepared to face whatever comes.
Oh.
Oh, that? I was just making sure Nefer and I are square. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint, so don't treat me like something I'm not. My priority is doing the business that I want to do. So long as my conscience lets me, but it usually does. That's the Lord Sangamabe business
Alright, if you say so.
I do say so, and that's the whole point. I'm a businesswoman. Don't go trying to figure out what kind of person I am. You'll exhaust yourself. Much easier for everyone involved if you just take my word for it.
Okay.
And could you two help me get this stuff where it needs to be? Thanks so much. You're my
Wait. इधर कर दिया बॉस तो ah, the wild hunt. Okay, let's go. Let's see what they are doing.
Traveler, Paimon, it's good to see you.
Everything going smoothly over here?
Sort of. As you're probably aware, Varka, Durin, and I captured some abyssal creatures from the Wild Hunt. Per the plan, we dissected and analyzed some samples of these creatures. The process went very smoothly. The findings, however, come with some troubling implications.
What? You can actually dissect?
That depends on your definition of Wild Hunt and dissection.
Harmless, lifeless. These words are accurate descriptions.
The Wild Hunt is an interesting phenomenon. In and of itself, it doesn't seem to possess anything akin to a human personality. But taken as a collective, the medium through which the Wild Hunt is summoned does appear to have a soul. Master griped a lot about the wise Horoptetyr, and seemed somewhat fascinated with the foul Certology. But she barely mentioned Rerir at all. I don't think that was because of his lower social standing, though. Anyway, it's a pity. I should like to hear her thoughts on the nature of the life form he has become today. It's a strange mix. The furious energy of an abyssal being channeled through a fractured physical existence, a consequence of being torn apart by an unknown power. Perhaps the only explanation for his survival in this state is that he sacrificed a degree of individuality in exchange for a continued existence. Oh, sorry. Once I get talking about interesting research, I have a tendency to go on indefinitely. Back to our research findings. Essentially, they confirm my hypothesis. Rarir's corpse is completely contaminated by the Abyss, and the effects are irreversible. You could think of this as Rarir in mutated form. But in my view, even that would be inaccurate. In reality, his whole being has been consumed by the Abyss. In other words, he is now nothing more than a manifestation of a bit. Unfortunately, at present, we have no means of completely eradicating abyssal power. Hence, we cannot fundamentally destroy the Rayhir of Solnari either.
Oh, that's terrible news! So, that's it? We can't defeat him? Not even if we get the power of the Three Moons?
Miss Columbina's situation is a difficult one. She can never achieve wholeness when the world does not accept her presence. It's as if her creator banished her to a place she can never be accepted. It means she spends most of her energy just on her own survival.
Given the circumstances, it's only natural to despair. But we must see this plan through to the end. Time to kick off the backup plan.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! This is for you. Dory asked us to bring it.
Ah, how wonderful. Well, thank you for making the trip. Durin and I will be heading off shortly.
I'm sorry I won't be there to protect you in person this time. Please be careful.
All right then. Stay safe.
Okay.
Miss Lauma, is everyone here?
Yes. The fate of my flock is in your hands, Grandmaster Varka. Please keep them.
My lady, what are you saying?
Within the next 24 hours, we will face the biggest crisis the world has ever seen. This is not a burden that we deserve to bear. But I believe that we reap what we sow in this life. So I intend to act. I must do what I think is right. For me, that means fighting for the future of Nod. This gentleman is the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Varka, Knight of Boreas. In my absence, please follow his lead.
Hey, everyone. Guess I should introduce myself. Well, to start with, I know my way around a battlefield. Biggest strengths are honesty and hard-workingness. Anyway, point is, I don't intend to let Lauma down. I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep every last one of you safe and sound.
लिटरली लाइक वो लिटरली भाई क्या बोल रहा है करके सोच रहा है वार का.
Something on your mind?
Miss Columbina, was it? I believe that's how the other...
That's right. Names are funny things. Have you always been called Dainsla?
Yes. I take it your own name has a more complicated...
I have a different relationship with names than other people. To be honest, I'm not even sure that Columbina is my name. At least, not in the same way that Dainsliff is yours. But it's what everyone calls me, and I go along with it. A lot of my life has been that way. I get so used to things that I forget to question why they are so. I never used to think much about where names come from, or what they mean to people. Maybe something's wrong with me.
You're different from other people. I sensed it the first time we met.
You're more perceptive than most. I'm sure your long life and rich range of experience explains that. Do you ever find yourself missing Conria, Mr. Dainsleif?
Difficult to answer. I have dreamed of the past many, many times. Sometimes I'm fighting tooth and nail. Other times I'm lying on the ground, defeated. I don't recall any happy moments from that time. It has been too long.
Is that because hatred survives longer than love and affection?
That would not be for me to say. I make no excuses for the grudges I bear. But whatever the reason, I remember little that was beautiful or sentimental. Thank you for your help with the Rerir situation. Without your efforts, I never could have learned the hidden truth of his story.
You're welcome. I know he's your
Friend, he betrayed me. And I never really understood what he was going through in life. So...
Okay. So, do you plan to fight him with us?
You
see, you're torn. Now you know what really happened. You see the things he's done in a new light.
I need some time.
Of course. I completely understand. Anyone else in your position would feel conflicted too. Actually, I went through something similar myself recently. Something happened that changed my perspective on a situation. A situation I took for granted at the time, but now I feel very grateful.
You mean the Harbingers who still support you, even though you've left the Fatui?
Yes. I always thought they were only helping me because Harbingers are forced to work together. But then I abandoned them. A warrant was even put out for my arrest. And even now, they still support me. Which means I was wrong about them all along.
Clearly, they view you as a friend.
I feel a little guilty now. I regret not seeing her help for what it was, and not treasuring it. I see the guilt that you're feeling now, because I feel it too. Hopefully, talking about it will do us both some good. Have you noticed that the Traveler and Paimon are over there? I think they've been listening.
Huh. Shall we say?
Sure. Hello.
Ah! They caught us!
I apologize for making you worry. No doubt you wish to know where I stand on the plan to take down the Recher of Solnari. I'm afraid I need a little time. But I will seriously
का
consider
नाम बोलने
joining you.
वाला था बीच में रोक लिया.
You will? Oh, thank you so much! Everyone...
They needn't be. This was something that I was going to have to face up to eventually.
That doesn't matter to them. They're grateful to you regardless.
अरे भाई. Okay.
You can't control their gratitude, so just accept it. And then, have a think about whether you're willing to join us.
It's nearly showtime! Let's go rendezvous with the others. You know the place.
हाँ. Wait. Okay, मेरे कैरेक्टर फुली हील भी नहीं करके रखी. अब हील करके मेरे कैरेक्टर. ओके, अभी चलते हैं उधर. ये कहाँ है? अंदर है क्या वो? बाहर है? अबे यही पास में आता है। आ रही है।
Ah, you're earlier than I expected.
Hey, Flint's! Been waiting here long?
Not too long. I came a little early so I'd have some time to think.
Well,
Are you nervous about the battle?
Quite the opposite. I'm reminiscing on my past battles. When I was awakened by the Radniki, I had not touched a weapon in many years. I felt like the battlefield was not where I belonged. But after waging war against the Wild Hunt for so long, I came to realize something. A life of absolute peace is simply not a possibility for me. My restless flame indicates that somewhere inside of me, there is a deep yearning to root out the evil in this world.
okay.
Oh, that doesn't sound like such a bad thing.
Well, in the past, when I was a Fae whose primary concern was hibernation, it was hardly ideal. But it certainly serves me well here in the present. And I am delighted to be able to join forces with you in this endeavor.
Looks like I'm not the first to arrive.
Ah, Miss Lauma.
Did you sleep okay last night?
I struggled to settle down at first because of the nerves. But don't worry. I got enough sleep in the end. I'll be just fine. Please, I'm just doing my part.
Never! Over here!
Aino asked me to relay a message. She said Anefa will be on high alert and keep a close watch over all secondary districts where defense is required, providing support as necessary. Meanwhile, Aino herself will provide range support to us directly, using her latest invention.
Excellent. My thanks to all involved.
The chess set's looking a little unstable.
It won't hold him much longer. We should be prepared to engage at a moment's notice.
No sense sitting around waiting. Let's make the first move while we still have the option.
I agree. Paimon, find a safe hiding place.
Got it! Be careful, Traveler!
I will.
Okay.
Everyone, take your positions as soon as the battle starts. Every ounce of strength we have in our bones, let us bring to this fight.
Ready?
Let's go.
I've seen all your futile ploys before. You have become the authors of your own demise.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
You are merely a moment of sport before I tear down the moon.
कहाँ गया?
Betray you.
You too!
You defeated me.
अबे कहाँ गया?
Can't hide the truth. It all falls into place. It all adds up.
अरे छे.
Be silent.
Let me help you guys. Eat this!
Can't hide the truth. It all adds up.
The moonlight hunts them down.
You poor lost lamb.
The moonlight. Close your eyes. Be silent. Night falls. Hunt them down.
The deception ends here.
It began with shall it end?
The moon will protect you.
अरे कहाँ है? कहाँ जाना है?
Absurd. It all adds up.
Water jet!
अबे कहाँ क्या करना है?
Here. When will it be as you foretold? The moonlight betrays you.
I better wrap this up. No more lies.
अरे
Welcome here.
By the frost moon of old.
It all adds up.
Bombs away!
No more lies. Seek within.
Close your eyes. Observe. To dust. Are you quite finished? Be silent.
Hunt them down.
To dust.
Can't hide the
Futile.
With one heart, we pray.
No more lies. Can't hide the truth. The deception ends here. No more lies.
अरे
Futile. Hunt them down.
It all falls into place. Time to come clean. It all adds up.
By the frost moon of old.
Betrays you.
Close your eyes. Be silent. To dust.
Absurd.
सॉरी भाई मेरी बहुत अटक रहा मत तू पहले
Can't hide the truth. Seek within.
Forest, protect us.
Observe. Be silent.
Move. Your little game of heroics is over. Who will first? Break. Now, get out of my sight!
No! We've been separated.
Take.
You okay?
Never! Where are the others?
Stuck outside the barrier. I guess he really doesn't like us.
I told you before. Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Be careful what you wish for.
Lala! Can you hear me?
Silence.
But at least I know they're still there. I need to focus. To the plan. Remember my most important task. Just stone him. If I can stall him for long enough, the moment will come.
अबे
How much power will it take?
within.
मेरी गई है भाई माउस में क्या लो स्पीकर पे कभी मेरी माउस कभी कवर अरे
It all adds up.
Bombs away!
इसको चार्ज
Absurd. It all falls into place. No more lies. How unfortunate.
Wipe out!
Can't hide the truth. The mystery unravels.
I've got this. The shield's broken. I can't take it.
Don't push your luck. Can't hide the truth. It all adds up. Absurd. No more lies.
अबे होल्ड होना मेरी भाई माउस
Can't hide the truth. The deception ends. It all adds up.
Your death is within my grasp.
Can't hide the truth. The mystery unravels. It all adds up. There's no other way.
Wow.
The only way to defeat Rarer is to borrow his own power.
Okay.
That means Columbina will have to disappear while you two bear the brunt of his attacks. You have to hold on. Find a way to keep him focused on killing the two of you.
Never! Your eyes are bleeding.
Soon you will be powerless to resist, and then I will reduce you to dust.
But that dust will plague your memories. Come on, keep holding on.
Any other tricks up your sleeve? Let's see them. As entertaining as they are, you've backed yourself into a corner.
You don't fool me. I see your fear clear as day. I have to stoke his rage. Make him unleash everything. You fear what you could never defeat. You fear the thought of never being able to save your beloved. You cannot win the fight against fate, Rarir.
Is that what you think? Well, now it's your turn to feel afraid.
You fear the sound of your own name?
Is it us you hate? Or is it what you've become?
Let's see what becomes of you! happening? That power. I've seen it before.
His power is on another level. We'll need to use an alchemical array to convert his power into a usable form. Then quickly channel it into Columbina, rendering her powerful enough to compete with him.
I'll join you. I can help. If I release enough abyssal energy into a confined space, it'll create a potential difference, allowing us to extract a huge amount of elemental energy. Next, I'll synchronize with everyone's minds using pyro, then give you temporary access to their abilities and fields of view. But it won't last long. Can you see?
Well enough.
So, we have a student of Gold Rhine-Daughter in our midst.
How about that?
Oh my god!
Use my own power against me?
Just like how you stole Kuvaki. Look familiar?
Don't you realize? You don't have the power to hold that gate open.
I don't, but someone else does.
Goodbye, Rerir.
Oh my.
We won.
भाई जो उसने उसको देखा ना भाई समझता अरे यार
Nefer, how are your eyes?
They're fine. Apart from the blindness, of course.
It's not too late.
Let me handle it. Miss Nefer, it's not like you to lose your composure. That was the most reckless thing I've ever seen you do.
Reckless how? The situation was critical. Our lives were at stake. We had to do something.
Even so. Okay. I guess you're right. Under the circumstances, it was a wise decision. You traded your eyes for an incredible victory. In business terms, I suppose that's a huge return on investment.
I'd be hard-pressed to argue otherwise.
Still, I don't like this outcome, and I don't want you to lose your sight for good. People suffer when they make sacrifices they shouldn't have to make. Whether that means faith, strength, or in this case, your ability to even see. I had hoped you could win without sacrificing so much as a single hair on your head.
Thank you. Really.
All done. Don't try and open your eyes just yet. We'll see how you're doing in a couple of days. Until then, Please follow your recovery plan to the letter. I'll send full details through Yehoda. For now, just get yourself home, relax, and rest. My dear friends, we have fought bravely and achieved a spectacular victory. A dark cloud has been lifted from the skies of Nodcry. All in this land will be grateful for what you have done.
The moon will remember this day. Thank you both.
Paimon. Maybe say that.
There's something I want to let you know.
Huh?
What is it?
When Durin connected everyone's minds so I could access their powers, I also felt everything they felt. And since Nefer's eyes were injured, my eyes are hurting now too.
Hold on. Let me...
I only feel the pain. There's no actual damage. I just thought I should tell you.
You're right. There's no damage. That's a relief. But I must say, I'm surprised to hear the Kutar share something like this with me. In the past, you never used to open up about yourself.
Things are a little different now from how they were. I'm learning to share how I truly feel with my friends.
Friends? You have no idea how glad I am to hear that.
Maybe say that.
Yay! You're awake! How are you feeling? Any aches and pains? Did you sleep well?
I'm doing all right, Paimon. No need to worry about me.
Phew! Well, that's good. Paimon's been sitting on the edge of the bed worrying about you for ages. You slept a whole day and night. Poor Paimon had to eat all by her lonesome.
Glad to hear you didn't starve. How was the food?
Well, it wasn't the same without you there to share it. Honestly, Paimon just can't relax when you're not your usual self. She couldn't enjoy the food and settle down to sleep.
Well, I'm back to normal now.
Oh yeah, and Albedo swung by earlier. He said to tell you to head to the tavern when you woke up. Varker and the others are organizing a victory feast and they want to celebrate with you. He also dropped off some medical supplies, but you seem fit as a fiddle, so guess you won't be needing those. If you're feeling up to it, let's head over now. Wouldn't want to keep them waiting. We're here!
Oh, Traveler and Paimon! Perfect timing! We were literally just saying how there's no way we're holding this victory feast without you any longer, and we would have postponed it till tomorrow.
How are you feeling today?
Much better, thanks. Don't worry about me.
Relieved to hear it. If that changes, just let me know. Happy to check you over at any time.
Yep, we're here for you. Anything you need, just let us know.
Oh wait, where's Nefer?
How are her eyes doing?
Nefer's right over there. I'm sure she'd love to catch up with you.
Our drink recommendations?
Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
If you want to negotiate prices, go for
Oh, didn't leave me either.
Traveler, Paimon, are you recovering well? Turns out that moon chanter has some real talent after all. My eyes were mostly recovered after just a couple days rest. I can actually open them again now.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful. Lauma says not to strain your eyes while they're still healing.
Yes, thank you. I'm well aware.
Yehuda, could I borrow you for a moment? I could do with an extra pair of hands.
Oh, did you hear that? I gotta go help Lauma for a second. You guys chat among yourselves. I'll grab us some drinks on the way back. Paimon, you still like 'em sweet?
You bet! Make it extra sweet, cause Paimon's
Sure thing!
The Raker of Solnari. Kind of a snake, don't you think? No, definitely a snake. A poisonous one who spewed his venomous hatred everywhere. Anyone who seeks revenge out of hatred for other people has become a snake. That's something my dad used to say. Perhaps. I'm sure it sounds like a very wise and open-hearted perspective to your ears. But me? I think hatred is a perfectly justifiable emotion. What else is left when everything you depended on in life gets stripped away? Something's gotta fuel that drive to keep on living. If you're worried about me, you can nip that in the bud. I'm not someone who gets stuck in the past. It's just... I suddenly feel like I was wrong to call my father a liar. He was just a fool. That's why the academia turned their back on him, and why the other tribes ganged up on him. Oh, father. How much better things could have been if you were a skilled liar. Look at the Ibis King. Thoth is a fiendishly cunning liar. And yet, strangely, he feels more like a father to me than my real dad ever was. He's never brought it up, but I'd bet he feels the same way. Why else would he give me the power to perceive the truth, while at the same time training me in the art of deception? Well, King Deshret banished him to Aru, which is essentially a prison, and posed 3 questions to him. He promised that he'd have his freedom if he could find the answers. His response was to take on a physical form and approach me, hoping that I could become his envoy and search for one of the answers on his behalf. Did he really think I'd fall for that? He's stuck there. He can't make me return what he gave to me. So that's enough for you to decide he's nice, is it? He's a prisoner, and he was scared. So he decided to perform some good deeds to win people's approval. He lives in fear because he's a deceiver. How is Rerir any different? You can't work as a spy your whole life and expect a happy ending. It's preposterous. Yet I can't say I don't understand it. Liars live in the darkness of their own making. But it's still human nature to want to go on living. They say that a liar's soul is the most worthless thing in the world. What do you think? Good. If you understand that, it means you're smart. And you see things objectively. If you ask me, the soul of a liar really is worth nothing. Because all they care about is themselves. For example, when something good falls into my lap, I don't go sharing the news around. Stops other people trying to steal it from me. So be it. They have sharp ears. I can't keep anything from them. Well, is that what it looks like? Well, you all know my past now, and I can't simply eliminate everyone who knows too much. So I guess I just have to put up with you. For the foreseeable future, at least. When you find yourself in a situation you can't control, the safest play is to keep calm and start monitoring everyone involved like a hawk. In the intelligence world, you need to have a sense of perspective and play your hand accordingly. If you understand what's at stake, please ensure my secret is safe with you. I trust you'll respect my wishes as a friend. But don't forget, I will also be watching you. Very good.
Oh, wait! Now that the panic's over and we've all calmed down, Paimon suddenly remembered something. After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed up even once.
Oh.
Huh? Am I imagining things?
So, that close colleague who stayed behind with you? What's he been up to recently?
Don't know, don't care. I get more normal human interaction from hanging out with Bosco too than him. Although, now you mention it, he hasn't bothered me in a while. I wonder if...
If he's disappeared without a trace, it's the biggest gift he ever gave to the world. But I somehow doubt that's what's going on. He won't lie low forever. So we'd better stay on guard.
Uh-oh.
Ah, Lord Sangama Bay. How lovely to see you. I must thank you for the device you provided. It was an enormous help. Would I be right in thinking that it was developed by the Academia?
Why come and ask me when you clearly know already?
I mostly came to thank you.
That's more like it. A little gratitude goes a long way with Lord Sangama Bay. Play your cards right, and you might even stand a chance of becoming my long-term supplier.
The chance to work with such a kind and charitable investor as yourself would be a great honor for the Curatorium.
Huh? Charitable? Who said anything about charity? First I'm hearing about it.
Let's see. The first plot of land you purchased in Nodcry, your desert interests, and...
Stop! What do you think you're doing? Exposing my investment history?
It's nothing to hide from. They're all perfectly legitimate investments. And some of the land you purchased was with the intent of building a sanctuary? Yes, I heard about that too.
How?
You're a curious case, Lord Sangama Bay. You don't like people finding out about your good deeds, but I'm afraid no matter how hard you try to keep things under wraps, where there's a will, there's a way. You did it for Sumeru, didn't you?
It was empty land that was gonna go to waste otherwise. I figured if I built something there, it might at least get some use in an emergency. Disasters are capricious things. They strike without any warning. I've lost family to a disaster before, and I don't want to lose any friends or business partners if I can help it. My elder sister used to dream of finding a sanctuary. Somewhere with plenty of food, water, and medicine. Where everyone could live happy lives. It was something I looked into, But after discussing things with the Dendro Archon, I decided on a more effective strategy. The tech people handled the tech, and Moneybags provided the Mora. It just made the most sense.
It's a pity that so few people know the truth about you. Everyone says that you view everything in terms of Mora, and all you care about is growing your own wealth.
So, what's the problem with that? Everyone wants to be rich. It's human nature. So yes, I love Mora.
But surely you have dreams of your own, beyond just making Mora.
You don't get it, do you? My dream is to invest in other people's dreams. And, you know, make a nice little slice for myself along the way. Just thinking about it makes me happy. That sweet, sweet sound of Mora.
अरे यार.
Thank you.
For the device?
And the pendant.
Oh, that. I was just returning a favor. Don't worry about it.
Seems like we've both been away from home for a very long time.
Yeah. So long that I barely remember what my family even looked like.
That would be your mother, father, and
Yeah. Though it's been years since my sister passed away. It's not like I want to forget them, obviously, but memory can be even more ruthless than the most calculating business person. Beyond a certain point, if something isn't helping you, it just gets rid of it. My sister can't help me now. Slowly but surely, her face is fading from my mind's eye. It's become a vague impression.
Not everything will fade. When loved ones pass away, the beautiful memories are the ones that last the longest.
Yeah, that's true. If you ask me, that's the one silver lining in all of it.
Well, that, plus, I'm sure that life is much better now than it was back then.
Oh, absolutely. I have tons of Mora, a big beautiful house, business is booming, and I'm as happy as can be. You've got a lot going for you too. Boss of the Curatorium of Secrets? I'm sure there's plenty of Mora to be made in that line of work.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Here's the thing.
Hey there. If you're here to sign up with the Fatui, make sure your paperwork is all in order.
How have you been holding up? Any adverse reactions? If you start to take a turn for the worse, make sure you tell me right away.
You don't need to worry about me, Grandmaster. I'm fine. I mean, I barely did anything, so...
What? You're too humble, young man.
You played an indispensable role in the battle for Nodcry. We can't thank you enough for your support. Sometimes, when people praise you, it's because you deserve it. The best thing is to accept it calmly and with grace.
Let's do a quick demonstration. Albedo, that was an incredible feat of alchemy. The pressure was on, but you worked flawlessly at lightning speed to get the job done.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit, though. Durin played a big part in forming the alchemical array.
See? Did you catch that? A masterclass in how to take a compliment.
Okay, yeah. I did work pretty hard to help prepare for the battle. No point denying that.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, look who's bounced back. Looking good, traveler.
Seems like you've recovered. You won't need to take any more medication.
Can I get you a drink?
Huh? You know how to order at a bar now? You've sure learned a lot recently.
Handling a drinks order is ridiculously simple compared to alchemy. Don't worry, I'll blend into society yet.
Paimon believes it. You're clearly a fast learner, just like your brother. To be totally honest, though, Paimon didn't quite follow all the details when you first explained the plan to us.
Don't worry, that's completely understandable. Unless you're a student of alchemy, it's hard to grasp the principle and how the process works.
To put it in the simplest terms, we saw how our enemy stole the power of Kuvaki. And that gave us the idea of stealing his power to turn it against him. When facing an enemy you have no hope of defeating, it's best not to engage them in battle. So, instead of looking for a way to overpower him, we decided to help Columbina get strong enough to at least stand up to him in a fight. For this to work, we had to analyze his modes of attack, confirm who his main target was, and make sure that he wouldn't go beyond the range of the alchemical array. For added security, we prepared a total of 4 arrays. But to mitigate the impact of the battle, we identified one location in particular as the ideal spot, which is where the confrontation took place. The alchemical array absorbed his abyssal power. Then Durin processed it to render it usable by Columbina. That power enabled her to do what would otherwise have been nigh on impossible.
What surprised me was that Dainsleif actually agreed to join us. Given his history with Rerir, he had every right to sit this one out. But we're extremely grateful for the decision he made.
It must have been a painful choice to make. But I'm sure that making a decision was far better for him than staying in limbo.
Absolutely. He was torn between 2 paths, but in the end, he made his choice and stuck to it resolutely. He doesn't strike me as the sort of person who'd stay trapped in limbo for long. Anyway, however you cut it, everyone gave a stellar performance. And now, it's time to kick back and celebrate.
That's the only reason you're here. Yes. I've thought a lot about it. And I've realized that you, me, and Arlecchino should be friends. I think this is very important. So I felt I had to come and tell you. Well, this is a new one. I'm so moved. I can't even hold my teacup. If that's all, you can leave now. Do you not want to be friends with me? Or is it that you prefer being co-workers? What is this, Columbina? Are you deliberately testing my patience threshold? Right now, my politeness module is active. But if you say another word, I swear I'll shut it down. If your politeness module was active, wouldn't you say the word please at some point? Polonia, please see Lady Columbina to the door. Will you still invite me to your next tea party? What? Yes, I think you will. Bye-bye, dear Sandrone. Last time, the Wild Hunt escorted you out. Would you rather I handled it myself this time? We just wanted to, see how you were doing now that it's all over. Why? Out of concern for my safety? I hope you didn't seriously think that the Rayhir of Solnari would be able to lay so much as a finger upon me, given how prepared I was. Mostly because you kind of helped us out, so we just wanted to check you were okay. Looks like all your robots are fixed, huh? Oh, don't you worry about that. Tea time is already a write-off. The visitor before you managed to kill my appetite. If you're in the mood for tea, go ahead and help yourself. Otherwise, it's going to waste. My coasters are still missing in action, though. Use this notebook instead. Whoa! Pretty hefty notebook. Look at all those calculations. You can ignore those. They're just dumb scribblings. I doodle and write in my free time. Sometimes I remember the distant, dreamlike past. Sometimes I imagine the far-flung future. And other times, I grit my teeth and note down all the crazy nonsense going on in the present. Some people do the crosswords in the newspaper.
This is my equivalent of that. Trying to predict the future is like daydreaming, and writing about the present just makes me furious. The past is my favorite. If nothing else, it's already set in stone, so I don't have to rack my brains trying to figure it all out. Huh.
Okay.
Although, having said that, the only vaguely interesting memory in my past is probably that guy they call Lord Artificer. Who else? Pretty much all the mecha in Fontaine are his personal handiwork.
Wait, are you saying you know him? Like, personally?
I mean, I guess we were friendly enough. Yep. In fact, I'm probably the only normal person left who knew him at all. We used to chat occasionally back when he was still around. Before he passed away, he asked me to destroy all his manuscripts. I honored his request, but I did read through everything first before destroying them. I mean, I couldn't let the genius of Lord Artificer Alain Guillotin disappear like that. Would have been such a...
So... that's where the formulas in your notebook are from?
I just told you. Those are my equivalent of crossword puzzles. They're just dumb formulas that I solve for fun when I'm bored. Alain's work was like epic poetry. The formulas in my notebook are just silly little riddles in comparison. Not that there's anything bad about them. I mean, at least, solving those riddles isn't going to hurt anyone. Except me, 'cause I lose a few brain cells in the process. Anyway, while we're on the topic, I might as well tell you about what happened to him and his friends. Alain Guillotin had two close buddies, Renee and Jacob. They spent their childhood years together in the Narzissenkreuz Institute. They were all quite competitive, so there was some rivalry between them. But it was a friendly rivalry. But beneath the friendship and the rivalry ran something deeper. A sense of nostalgia for the past. Unfortunately, childhood would end. The prophecy would come true. The apocalypse would arrive. And the future would... A mad dream that would normally only capture the minds of lunatics begin to take root in their hearts. A dream of... And if Renee and Alain had been people of lesser wits, that dream would probably have ended up as something for them to joke about in their older years. But alas, they were some of the sharpest minds around. They nurtured that dream with the full power of their intellect, and it grew into something that ate away at their souls. The first of them to fall under its spell was Renee. Against Alain's wishes, he persisted in experimenting on a mutual friend of theirs to try and save their life. Alain did not approve and parted ways with Renee.
Hey, Buggy! Welcome to the stream. सब दिख रहा है मुझे. अच्छा, कैसे अकेले अकेले गेम खेलने जा रहा है?
It's complicated. Alain wanted to believe that Renee only did what he did for the sake of their friendship. But when he told me about what happened, I could tell he still had some suspicions about Renee's motives.
अकेले अकेले गेम भी नहीं, अकेले अकेले कुरकुरे खा रहे.
Perhaps the seed that would grow into a nightmare had already sprouted in Renee's mind. Even then. The next time they met, Renee's soul had been completely engulfed by the dream of salvation. His futile attempt to change the tide of fate only resulted in a wave that swallowed up the world, even before the apocalypse came.
Oops. How क्या है? How?
And although that wave died down eventually, I hear that it just recently came back with a vengeance. As I understand, Renee wanted to live out his dream of salvation once more. But I'm told that the attempted resurgence finally died out for good. At long last, Renee awoke from his deluded dream. Though of course by then it was far too late. What do you think of Renee? Do you admire his transcendent genius? His view that any price was worth paying to achieve the lofty goal of saving the world? Or do you despise him? Dismiss him as an evil madman who wrought havoc on the lives of everyone around him as he pursued his delusional dream? Same difference, really. Just a matter of perspective.
I don't know.
What a cop-out. But I suspect you'd have a more incisive and insightful answer if we dug into it further. I don't like fanatics who give up their whole lives for their ideology. Nor do I like fools who let their delusions take control. Maybe I could understand if Renee had just been an ordinary person. But he had a sage-like intellect. And still managed to get himself lost in the labyrinth of his own desires.
Okay.
Anyway, that's enough about Renee. Now, moving on to Alain Guillotin, the Lord Artificer.
अरे ये क्या ओपन हो?
He managed to put a stop to the first storm whipped up by Renee. But after that, Alain lost his friends and family. To his credit, I suppose, the loss of his family and friends was purely a tragic accident. It's not like Alain sacrificed them for his cause or anything. After that, the only thing supporting his work was the same dream that had dragged his closest friend down to the abyss. But although the desire to save Fontaine drove him to found the Fontaine Research Institute, Alain continued to reject any form of transcendental knowledge or power. He was suspicious and fearful of it, having seen the way it had affected his closest friend. I think that formulas and machines derived solely from human intellect were the only thing that gave him a sense of spiritual comfort. Yet Alain's intellect was simply too great. It barely left him space to breathe in his lifetime. Once he realized that the end of his life was approaching, he finally accepted the truth. The Nazissenkreuz Institute needed someone, and a human being, to see its story through to the end. He quit working on his formulas, trading them in for the fairy tales that had played such a formative role in his childhood, but which he barely touched in his adult life. He told me that the director of the Nazissenkreuz Institute used to read those fairy tales to the children as bedtime stories. Apparently, they worked wonders at sending kids off to sleep. I think that all he wanted at that time in his life was to be able to sleep deeply without being plagued by depression. By that, at the very end, he laid down to rest in the ruins of the former Nazissenkreuz Institute orphanage, while the Fontaine Research Institute he had founded continued tirelessly with its work. Many years after that, tensions over competing dreams would once again cause a rift, this time between members of the Fontaine Research Institute. But the actions of those fools had nothing at all to do with Alain. And that is the story of two people from the Nazissenkreuz Institute who both wanted to save the world. One went all in on his fantasy of salvation without ever looking back, and ended up calmly sinking to the bottom of the deepest sea. The other sought desperately to burn bright in his life, even though he wasn't sure where he was going. I do sometimes wonder, why is it that people like them have such grand hopes of saving the world?
ये सुंदर लड़कियां क्या बोल रही है? इवन मेरे को भी समझ नहीं आया, मेरे सारे दिमाग के ऊपर चलेगी।
Even the grandest tree starts
मेरे
as
को
a
लगता
tiny
है अपने
seed.
दोस्त के बारे में
So
बोल रही है।
perhaps, for each of them, their mission to save the world began with a very simple desire: to save themselves. They were young children with friends and family who mattered to them. Desires to explore the meaning of life. Ambitions to have a successful... Or maybe they just wanted to find something to anchor themselves within the chaos. But instead, the search for their own salvation took them down the rocky road laid out by fate. Do you think the desire to save oneself is enough of a justification to try and save the world? Sensible answer. Glad to know you've got your head screwed on straight. Alain would disagree, though. I asked him the same question back when he was in his prime, putting all of his... Yes, it's enough. No elaboration, just a quick, short answer before getting right back to his work. All right, tea time's over. I owe Arlecchino a favor for telling me these stories. I'll have to bring a whole sack of gifts the next time I visit the House of the Hearth. I'm gonna go tinker with Polonia now. You guys can do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't involve interrupting. Polonia, exit hibernation mode. Begin diagnostics.
वाह मैं इधर कब टेलीपोर्ट हो गए भाई चलो भाई क्या कंप्लीट हुआ No, उसके बाद
Staring into my eyes is ill. Advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Okay, कहाँ जाना है इधर
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commission. Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Oh. Right. Oh, एक विश मिल गया तो ये एंड ये भी कुछ कंप्लीट हो गया इधर एंड इधर कुछ तो आया है हाँ अर्पण कुछ कंप्लीटेड ओके अभी हम जाएंगे मिलियास्ट्रा वंडरलैंड पे ये हो गया मैं एक चीज ना भूल गई, वो है अच्छा 150। This is okay.
This land holds nothing.
चलो ये
Imagine, if you can believe it, a whole other world within this universe. In that world, people found supreme bliss in what can best be described as lucid dreams. Reality became blurred, or rather, redefined. But outside of their flawless reality, the problems of the material world remained. And in the end, the cold, hard truths of the real world caught up to them in the reality to which they had escaped.
Deep in
the dark ruins, another soul who was fleeing destruction discovered the final remains of this world. These two terminals were once a means for the dreamers to manage the outside world. Now, they form part of the mage's collection. The mage once tried to form a world from things she had gleaned in her eclectic experience. But as the calm observer, she never found that spark of inspiration to bring everything together. Before fate caught up to the wandering mage, she paid one more visit to her wise and learned friends. She learned much during their time together, and although she did not find the answer, her loneliness faded away in time. But as she and her friends crafted other wondrous worlds together, she finally realized the missing piece in the world she dreamed of creating. A vibrant, captivating protagonist. The glorious traveler and their impeccable companion were the perfect candidates. She was filled with hope. The lucid dream of a lost civilization was built anew, and the mage's vast collection now had a world to call home. After sojourning for so long, it was time for her to leave lest the destruction catch up with her. And in any case, a new story had now begun.
Again. सही है. वेट, ये वो ऐसे बूस्ट क्यों लग रहा है?
Sincerest greetings,
Sincerest greetings, traveler in Paimon.
Sincerest greetings, traveler in Paimon.
ये थोड़ा ये
Sincerest greetings, traveler in
बच्चे वाले
Paimon.
लग रहे हैं, ये
Sincerest
मीडियम
greetings,
लेवल
traveler in Paimon.
एंड ये
Sincerest
एडल्ट
greetings,
लग रहा है.
traveler in Paimon. Sincerest greetings, traveler in Paimon.
Sincerest greetings, traveler in Paimon.
Sincerest greetings, traveler in Paimon. Sincerest greetings, traveler in Paimon.
यही सही है. वर्क स्टाइल. ये वाला सही है. Okay. Hey. Wait. अरे भाई क्या क्या चल रहा है? जेंशिन शेफ. पार्टी व्हाट? टोर्नेडो सिमुलेटर भाई क्या क्या है भाई इधर? ठीक है.
Yeah.
ये सब कौन है? ये भी ऑनलाइन प्लेयर्स है क्या? Ah. ऐड कर लो ये ऐड कर लो 5 बन गई अबे और क्या है अच्छा वही सोचो ये रेड मार्क क्यों नहीं जा रहे वेट ये भी था क्या ये थोड़ा स्लीपी लग रहा है भाई ये कैरेक्टर ये मस्त है ओके ये हो गया ये जैको लैंडन हटा दे यार ओके नाइस ये क्या है थोड़ा खा लेना पाइनएप्पल पाइनएप्पल लॉल भाई डक है ये कौन है पता नहीं ये भाई वो है डक्की ओ मस्त है Oh. ये थोड़ा फाउंटेन वाली लग रही है। ये सुमेरु वाली लग रहा है। ये कैसा लग रहा है? आई डोंट नो यार। ठीक है। मस्त है। लेजेंडरी 5 स्टार वाले। ओ भाई। नाइस। ना ये ये आ, ये ये वही है। और क्या है इधर? अच्छा ये वाह। और क्या रेड मार्क दिखा रहा है इधर भाई? ये हाँ भाई यार, मेरे को नहीं करनी। ठीक है, following objective. तो क्वेस्ट है आई थिंक वो सब, मेरे को लगता है। ठीक है, अच्छा बैटल पास ही क्या? हाय हाय। एंड ये क्या है? विशिंग आई थिंक या बुक क्या है? अच्छा क्वेस्ट है मतलब जो भी इधर बुक आता है। अच्छा ये मैप है। ठीक है तो हमको क्या करना है इधर? ठीक है ओके चलेगा उसमें जाना नहीं है। ओके आय हाय बैटल पास है इसमें एंड वो भी है क्या विशिंग। हाँ इससे ये मिल सकता है इससे भी मिल सकता है इससे ये मिल सकता है इससे ये मिल सकता है। आओ आओ जाओ जाओ जाओ। तो इसमें 800 मिल सकता है एक इससे ये मिल सकता है एक इससे ये मिल सकता है एंड इससे भी ये मिल सकता है एंड ये सब पता नहीं क्या क्या। ओके ओके एंड ये क्या है? ठीक है अरे भाई क्या है भाई मेरे को लिटरल कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा इधर। अच्छा ये वाले चीज से ये वाले चीज से विश कर सकते हैं इसे ये वाला चीज सही होता है। ये वाला चीज फ्री में नहीं मिलता है क्या? क्या पता। एंड इसमें आई थिंक ये स्टैंडर्ड वाली है एंड ये लिमिटेड जैसे कि नॉर्मल हमारे इसमें स्टैंडर्ड बैनर एंड लिमिटेड बैनर है ऐसे ही ये है इसमें स्टैंडर्ड वाली है एंड ये लिमिटेड। समझ गए भाई समझ गए हम लोग ये स्टैंडर्ड वाली क्रिस्टल से एंड ये लिमिटेड वाली। वाह सही है भाई सही है। क्या है? आई थिंक ये एक्सपायर होगा तो मैं करूँ करूँ क्या इससे? हाँ चलो भाई बाहर चलते। आप नहीं करनी प्लान। ये 2 है मेरे पास, 5 चाहिए। ये 0 है, ये भी 0 है। हाँ हाँ चली गई। अब क्या कर दिया? ओके नेक्स्ट। अब वापस कैसे जाऊँ मैं? क्विट गेम है। नम नम नम। मेरे को बाहर जाने का है, कैसे जाओ? ठीक है। अबे अबे मैं वापस कैसे जाओ? हाँ अब मैं क्या इधर स्टक हो गई क्या? ये है। आई थिंक मैं स्टक हो गई इधर। ओके नहीं जा सकती हूँ। ऐसे मैप पे जाके जाना आई थिंक। टेलीपोर्ट कर लेना यार। ओके नाइस। हाँ वंडरलैंड लेवल चाहिए। ओके चलेगा।
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please.
अच्छा ये मिला। अच्छा नेम चेंज वाला चीज है, जैसे कि ये वंडरर का है, अब ये हमारी टेपलसर एंड ये इस कैरेक्टर। ओह नेम चेंज कर देंगे। ओके अरे भाई 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 अचीवमेंट तो इतना सारा पड़ा है। और क्या है, कुछ है अचीवमेंट्स? नहीं ना। ओके अच्छा अच्छा ओके। अबे मेरे को नहीं सुना है।
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
अरे देख तो लिया भाई भाई, यही दबाना है क्या? अरे क्या भाई ये? चलो भाई बाय। मैं सोची उसमें कुछ क्वेस्ट वेस्ट रहेगा कर दे, नहीं था पर प्लीज मैं कुछ चीजें मैं ले दूँ।
Something you wish to
चलो
report?
बस आज के लिए बस इतना ही,
You have my
मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट टाइम
undivided
नेक्स्ट
attention.
स्ट्रीम में। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय गाइस, बाय बाय, गुड नाइट।